it just comes the way it comes. But I feel like these characters always existed and I was just the one that listened. And the same with the epic universe itself. I feel like these characters always existed. This universe, this world always existed. And I just happen to be the one that's listening. And so I'm just a vehicle for their expression.
The epic universe.
In some ways, I almost don't even feel like I created the epic universe or the characters themselves. I feel like the characters always existed and I would just happen to be listening when they spoke to me about their existence. For instance, actually, I'm going to divert just a little bit and I'll do another video on this too now that I think about it. I don't have black characters. I don't have, this woman is Japanese and her twin sister. There's more work of them over there. They're Japanese. I don't have white characters. I don't have characters by race. I have characters that are all those races, but I didn't create them so I could be like, what would be a really cool black character? I need a cool black character. That's never happened. I've never done that. My life is racially dynamic, we can say, to say the least. Just today in this house, so far today, has been a Chinese person from Hong Kong, a Russian person from Russia, a black person, myself. Like, there's been a multitude of different races and ethnicities in this house just today. So my life is very racially dynamic. So I've never once thought about like, well, what would it be cool to have a character that was this? Or let me create this character. Oh, now let's make them Vietnamese. That has never happened. I just listen and I create the character, and as the character comes to me, that's what that character is. I don't think to my term, in terms to myself, like we should create a black character, or we should create a cool black character, or we should create a cool white character, or anything like that. I'm just like, what is this character? Who is he or she? What do they do? What are they after? How do they sound? Once I started thinking like how they sound, what are their attitudes? That's usually when like that all starts to come together, like all of it. The kind of attitude that they have will seriously determine like the kind of clothes that they wear, the kind of haircut that they have. Like that's just true, right? I mean, it's not going to be dependent on the type of race that they have, but it's going to be determined on the kind of stuff that they're going to use to accessorize their life to express themselves outwardly. And so like once I start figuring that stuff out, okay, like where did they come from? How did they become to who they were? So their backstory, that's when it starts to become like a little more apparent. When I start putting together like the backstories, I'm like, oh, okay. And then sometimes the character just comes, boom. I got a full visual of this character right off the bat. I know exactly what they look like, exactly what they sound like. And then I have to start piecing together and teasing apart like the stuff that made them who they are. It just comes the way it comes. But I feel like these characters always existed and I was just the one that listened. And the same with the epic universe itself. I feel like these characters always existed. This universe, this world always existed. And I just happen to be the one that's listening. And so I'm just a vehicle for their expression. So that's why it's been so important to me to move this out in the way that I've been trying to move it out. If I die, all of these characters die with me. And I just couldn't stand that. I love these characters so much. I love them so much that I could not imagine basically letting them down and them having to die along with me. They are meant to be shared with everybody else. They are not my characters. They are the world's characters. This is not my world. This is the world's world. This is the world's fictional universe for everybody to enjoy. And for me to falter and not bring these characters to give them life and give them to the world, that would be, man, that would be such a huge, I would feel like such a massive failure, and it would be such a transgression against them actually speaking to me and giving me their stories so that I can share them with the world. So just so you know, that's how I create things. That's how I feel about this universe. Like that's how passionate I am about it. This is how determined I am about it. I am this determined. So sorry to go off on that little bit of a tangent, but I just want you guys all to know, like, this is where this comes from and this is how I feel about this. And this is why I'm determined. I'm not going to stop. And this is how I got to where I am. 20 years in, barely got our first comic. Got the next one coming. We got other stuff. We got novellas that are done, short stories that we're working on, all this stuff. But 20 years in and barely getting to this level, most people would have quit a long time ago. And that's just the truth. But I feel like I would be doing such a disservice to these characters in this world that revealed themselves to me in order for me to be able to bring them to the rest of the world, it would be a massive disservice. And I refuse to die before I get these characters out into the world. Now, everybody can judge these characters once they get out. That's on them. You know, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But my job is to take all of this and get it out to the world. So I apologize for that small diversion. But this is exactly how I feel. And this is what I've been working on towards this whole time. And this is why I've been working on it. So follow for more stories from the Epic Universe Inc. or visit styleassassins.com to learn more.